Something I truly appreciate from my working with CEO forum groups like in McKay CEO forums is the fact that we bring incredibly good speakers in to speak to the groups. Recently, Colin Cox spoke again in one of my groups. And Colin is a seasoned professional and he's really excellent, especially with things like productivity. His title on the day was about CEO productivity. And I asked him to finish the whole presentation with a demonstration of using AI practically. You know, people speak so much about artificial intelligence and there are all these things that you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. I just thought it's time to have a practical example or two so that we can see it in action and learn from it. Now, the nugget I learned that day was you can use AI to be your personal consultant, your personal whatever you want it to be, if you define the role for it. You give it context and then you give it a task. So that's important. First, give it a role, then define the context or give the context of what you want, and then give it the task that you look for. Colin showed us a couple of examples, and the one that really stood out for me was where he uploaded his medical records. Then he asked ChatGPT and said, play the role of a health coach, look at my medical records, this is my age, this is my weight, this is all my stuff, and now come up with a plan for me to improve so that I can have a long and sustained healthy life. It was amazing what it came up with. Not only did it look at the medical data and interpreted the medical data, it also came up with sort of a tougher than you can imagine role play of, Colin, you're an executive coach. You're coaching other people. So now this is what the hard truth for you yourself. In these areas, you're doing the same stuff as you do in your career, but in these areas, you are not really doing it and you need to step up. So the AI didn't only look at the case in, the information in this particular case. It also looked through all Colin's previous prompts and previous things and the stuff that he's talked about before, and looked on his website of what he's doing, and it interpreted that all together. So it was a really powerful way of giving coaching to Colin that really struck home. That was the one example I really loved. Another example, he asked the AI to look through the minutes of a strata corporation, all the past minutes, and he asked it to be a legal expert, look through the strata information and come up with a risk analysis. And especially, are there specific things in there that we should be on the lookout for that will be a high risk going forward? He actually did this for his sister who was looking at buying a condo. Now, or sister-in-law, I'm not sure. It could have been a sister or sister-in-law. Anyways, the whole thing came up with this long report, not only with the risk, but it found a few things like there was pending a pending law case against the Strata Corporation and the risk that that would bring, and it found that and it brought it to the front. So this helped them to manage the risk and go to that place of having legal advice at a fraction of the cost if you've gone to a lawyer. So there you have it. If you want to use AI, maybe use this, what I learned from Colin. First of all, ask the AI to play a particular role for you. Then give it the context and then give it the task. And you're surprised what you get. Sometimes it will give you garbage, but most of the time it'll be really spot on information that can help you on your journey. I hope this helps and have a great week.